Hi, I'm Jen Hilker, full-time faculty in fitness, wellness, and kinesiology. I'm going to take you through a very beginner to moderate level 20 to 25-minute exercise routine. This would be great to do during this finals frenzy week, give you a break from sitting at your computer or on your phone and studying. The only stuff you'll need, probably some sneakers, maybe some comfortable clothes, and a chair. No equipment other than that needed. Here are the exercises that we're going to be doing. We're going to keep this simple and focus on pairing up exercises. We're going to do squats and a plank, pair those back to back. We're going to do skaters and a reverse fly. We're going to do a step jump and a roll up, roll down, which is a little bit more core, more of a core exercise. And then we're going to do touchbacks and a push-up. And then we'll finish with a little bit of a cool down. Okay. So to get us started for a warm-up, let's start by moving our neck, looking up and looking down. I am here in my basement, and we have quite a low ceiling. But that shouldn't affect too much. All right, let's look left and right. A few of those, and then straight ahead, tip the ear to the shoulder. Get a good stretch down the side of the neck. All right, let's do some arm movements to get our arms warmed up. Just opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades behind our back. And then arm swings upward. So I'm a little bit limited with how high I can swing my arms. Do about 5 to 7 of these. All right, let's work on a trunk twist. So with this one, you want to keep your core pulled in strong. We're going to pivot on the toes. You can watch how I'm going to pivot on my toe. My arms are in a strong T position. So I'm rotating a little through my core, but I'm really holding it strong so that I don't rotate a lot through my core. A lot of the rotation's coming through my hips. Okay, great. Let's warm up the lower body just a little bit and we'll get into it. So we're going to do knee pulls. You're going to stand in place and just gently pull your knee up. So you can see I don't have a whole lot of space here. I'm in the basement. This is a workout that you can do with minimal space right in your living room, or if you've got a little bit of space in your bedroom. Okay, the next one we're going to do, these are scoops. So I'm going to turn to the side to show you. I'm going to take my toe and lift it off the floor and just sort of gently lean down and scoop toward it. So the tighter your hamstrings are, which are the muscles in the back of the leg, you just won't be able to scoop quite as far. But as you get warmed up, you might be able to reach a little bit further into that scoop. Okay, the hamstrings do get tight when we're sitting a lot. So be gentle as you do this movement to warm up. One more on each side. All right, the next one, we're going to do a quad pull. This is going to stretch out the front of the hip a little bit and the quad muscles and get us warmed up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn to the side again. I'm going to grab right here and just give a little pull. Now I'm going to turn to the front to show you what it looks like from the front. I'm making sure that my knee points down. I don't want it to be out to the side. Point that knee down. Good. Okay. I've got my list here because I want to make sure that I cover everything that I talked about at the beginning. Our first pairing is squats and plank. So let's go with a squat first. Feet are about shoulder width apart. And you're just going to start with a baby squat. I'm pushing through my heels. I'm going to turn to the side to show you what this looks like. Sticking my hips back. Drive through the heel as you stand up. That's going to help get the butt muscles engaged. And we're working our muscles, but we're also probably getting our heart rates up a little bit right now. Let's do 4 more. I'm going to turn back to the front. Watch your knee position. We don't want knees going in or out. We want them to be what I call in the toaster, right aligned with the foot. Okay, let's go to plank next. So you're going to need your chair. Planks, I personally feel like are very boring. So we're going to add just a little bit of interest in this plank. When you're doing your plank, hold that spine in a neutral position. Don't let your hips dip. If anything, I'd rather have your butt be up too high. Once we're here, we're just going to do a little tap left and right. Not too far, just what you can manage. Now, if this is too hard being on the chair, put a pillow down, elevate the surface. Okay, so now we bring the body up just a little bit more. It's going to make it a little bit easier. Sometimes I'll have people do this on the arm of a sofa or the back of a sofa or a countertop, whatever height is best for you. 2 more each way. Good. All right, stand back up. Let's do those squats again. I'm going to add a little variation this time. You're going to squat with your feet and knees close, and then we're going to squat wide. Close, wide. And I take my arms out in front to sort of counterbalance my bum going backwards. And we're only going to do cycle through each of these twice. So this will be your last set of squats. Drive through the heel, get that booty working. Let's do 2 more. There's 1. And 2. Excellent. All right, back to the plank now. We're going to do a slightly different variation. Instead of a lateral touch, we're going to do a sagittal plane touch. So back into the plank, keep those hips neutral or up, especially if you feel your low back crunch a little bit. And then we're just going to tap 1 toe up at a time. Belly button is drawn in strong. Make sure you keep breathing. And if any of these movements cause any sort of pain at all, please stop and you can walk in place or go back to one of the movements that is more comfortable, that doesn't cause pain. 2 more. 1, 2. Good. Notice I don't have any music because, well, I don't really have a way to play it down here in the basement. But it also allows you to play whatever music motivates you. And that's very unique to the individual. What motivates me musically may not motivate you. Okay, next up, we have skaters and a reverse fly. So you're going to need your chair again. We're going to need just a little bit of space on the floor. I'm going to show you 2 different variations of this. So beginner variation would be just stepping back and forth. Okay, it should look sort of like I'm skating. If you want 1 notch harder, give a little hop and find that balance. Here we go. Keep breathing. Nice soft landing. I'm not going for a lot of air upward. If you need more advanced, you can go even wider if you have the space. I'm going to stay here because we've got lots of kids' toys. And I don't need to roll my ankle or anything exciting like that. Let's do 4 more each way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great. Okay, the pairing with this is a reverse fly. If you have light weight at home, like some small dumbbells, you could hold those, but you don't have to. So we're going to sit down. We're going to hinge in our hips. So don't round your back. Keep your back flat. Keep that chest opened up. And then from here, I'm going to take my arms up and I'm working against gravity. So squeezing my shoulder blades behind my back. And I'm going to hold it for about 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders up. Keep those shoulder blades sort of tucked in your back pockets. That's a phrase we oftentimes will use to just make sure that your shoulders aren't creeping up towards your ears. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to our skaters. So I'm not exactly counting a strict set of 10 for each exercise. Again, that can be very individualized. Nothing we're doing today is really going to cause overload that's going to really get you in a lot fitter shape, I guess I could say. But it is going to get you moving and it's going to feel good, especially when you're doing a lot of sitting and studying. It's going to engage a lot of muscles and get your heart rate up a little bit. If you do replicate this on your own, you could do a count of 10 or 12 or 15, or if you're a little bit more deconditioned right now, maybe you're only doing 5 repetitions of each, and that's fine. All right, let's go back to our skater. So here are the variations: step, step. And if we want one notch harder, we add a little hop. And if we want one notch harder than that, we really lunge to the side. Make sure I don't have any toys here that I'm gonna land on. You could also, if you want more advanced, you could also reach down and touch the floor. Let's do 4 more. Whoop. I kicked the chair that knocked me off balance. And I think I've got 1 more each way. Good. Okay, let's go back to that reverse fly again. When you're doing those aerobic movements, you don't have to do them to the beat of music. Sometimes we find ourselves doing it that way, but you don't have to. You do it at your own pace. Okay, reverse fly again. Back flat. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Notice my arms aren't here and they're not up here. They're just right in line with my shoulders. And I'm sort of rotating with my thumbs angling up just a little bit. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Focus on pitching those shoulder blades into your spine. And there's no bonus points for taking your arms way up high. Really in line with your body, and then focus the rest of the movement on squeezing your shoulder blades in. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're halfway done. All right. The next pairing, we have a step jump. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then you guys get to sit on the floor for a roll up and roll down. So I don't need my chair right now. I'm going to move it over here, out of the way. So variations for this step jump. It's sort of like the skaters. So you're going to do a step and a jump, step and a jump. Okay, so we're really sort of ramping that heart rate up a little bit extra right now. If you can't do the jump, then just step and squat. Step and squat. All right, let's do this. And jump. I can't jump too high. I'm going to hit my head on the ceiling here. I can't really extend my arms up any higher either, or I'm going to jam my fingers in the light bulbs. Make sure the landings are soft. Have your butt back a little bit so you're loading into the hip and not too much into the knee. If you need to take a break, that's fine. Let's do 1 more each way. Maybe get a little bit higher jump. Woohoo, good. Now you get to sit down on the floor. So we're going to do a roll up and roll down. All right. I'm seated. I'm going to tuck my tailbone and I'm going to roll down slowly 1 vertebrae at a time. I'm not going to let gravity win and flop me down to the floor. Now you could roll yourself up if you have the strength to do that. Maybe you could do a few of those, but I'm going to show you a different way to get up because I want you to focus on the control on the way down. So tuck the tail. If you need assistance, grab your legs roll down slow and controlled. Now, if you need help coming up, use that knee and bring yourself up, okay? Tuck the tail. Keep the abdominals pulled in. Don't let those abdominals push out. We don't want pushed out abdominals. Knee up to roll yourself back up. Tuck the tail. So this should feel really good on the low back as you push each of those vertebrae one at a time into the floor. Again, use the legs for assistance. If you want more advanced, I will show you your option. You can have your arms up higher. So that's less counterbalance. Okay. Let's do 3 more, but let's do them really slow. So a count of 7 to get down to the floor. 1, I'm gonna have my hands here. 2, 3, 4, 5, pulling strong. 6, 7, and down. Good. 2 more, just like that. Tuck the tail. 7, 6, 5, 4. Don't flop, don't flop. 3, 2, 1. 1 more. Okay, make this one strong. So if it starts to bother your back, again, use the legs for assistance. Pull those abdominals in. 3, 2, 1. Great job. All right, we hop back up and we're doing our step hop again. So here are your variations. You're gonna step, squat, step, squat. Remember on your squat, weight in the heels, try to use your booty muscles. Okay, slightly more advanced. Step, jump, step, jump. Don't have to jump high, or you can. Or if you're in your basement and the ceiling's low, and you're gonna give yourself a concussion if you jump too high, then just don't. It's our last set of this one, so hang in there. Let's do 2 more each way. So here's 1, and here's 2. Great. Back to that roll up and roll down one more time. So as you get fatigued, keeping your form is the most important thing. Okay, you're not going to get anything out of it by forcing the movement if you're not working the right muscles. So use your legs for assistance if you need it. Tuck the tail, roll down. Don't let gravity put you in a position of flopping, and then pull back up. Here we go. Rolling down, slow, slow. Your tailbone is going to tuck under, and you're going to feel each of those low vertebrae hit the ground one at a time. At least you're visualizing that. It may not actually be happening, but you're visualizing that. Slow and controlled. Let's do 3 more. Grab those legs for assistance if you need it. Nice and slow. Very good. And 1 more. Excellent. All right. Let's look and see our last combo. Oh, we have touchbacks. Those are one of my favorites. And then we have a push-up. Okay, so we're going to need our chair again for the push-up. And I know some of you are probably like, oh, come on, push-ups. But I'm going to show you ways to make them doable. Okay, I'm at a point right now where I've got a wrist injury and I can't do a full push-up on the floor. It hurts too much. So I'm going to show you some variations and make sure they're doable for you. But touchbacks are first. All right, so side view. You're in a baby squat position. You're going to take 1 foot, touch it back, and bring it up. So a little bit of balance. I've got my opposite arm driving with that leg. My back is neutral. If you are really struggling with balance, you can put a hand on the chair. But practicing balance in a safe way is actually really important. You want more advanced? Get lower into that squat and speed it up. If that's too much, Back it off and don't squat as low. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. The leg I'm standing on, oh, this back here is on fire. All right, let's do the other side. So I'm going to face the other way. Baby squat. And here we go. Touch and up. Touch and up. So the leg I'm standing on, I'm pressing into the heel. Keep the chest up. Envision yourself, maybe sprinter coming off the line. All right, a little deeper into that squat if you're ready, and let's pick up the speed a little bit. Touch, touch. So all my weight is in that front leg, and I'm just really tapping back with the back leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, we're pairing this with our push-up. So, and these are going to be our last 2 exercises, and then you guys are free to go. So for the push-up, here's the modification that I've been doing in my workouts lately. So to help my wrist be a little more neutral, I put my hands on the side of the chair and I find my push-up position. My abdominals are pulled in strong, okay? So I'm not letting my hips dip, and then I lower down and push, okay? So that's one option. If that's too hard, if I do these on the floor, I have to do the modified version, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to do it correctly. So I'm going to be on my knees, and I'm going to make sure that my chest lowers down toward the floor, not my face, okay? That causes too much scrunching up of the shoulders. So belly button's pulled in strong, chest lowers down to the floor. You know what? If you need to do this, this is fine. Just make sure that chest is what's going down between an imaginary line between your thumbs. And actually scoot back a little bit. Let's do 4 more. 4, push hard. 3, try to spread the weight out through your fingers. 1 more. Good. All right, back to those touchbacks. So we only have 1 more set of each of these, and then we're going to finish in a similar way how we started, with some knee pulls and quad pulls for our stretch at the end. All right, so let's do the other leg first. So I'm going to face this way, and I'm going to stand on my left leg, tapping back with my right foot. Let's go ahead and count this one, make sure we have an equal number on each side. So let's do 10, just do 10 on a side. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. If the arms are confusing, put them on your hips. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All back here. Whew. Other side. Okay, well, starting with the arms again. If the arms are just causing too much confusion, put your hands on your hips. Baby squat, touch back and up. 1, 2, going to 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Back to those push-ups. Okay. Let's set a goal of doing 8 really good ones. And that might mean maybe you start out with your chair and you can do 3, and then you move to the floor and you finish up with 5 more, and maybe 3 of those 5, your knees are further back, and then the last 2, your knees are further up, and that's okay. So that's how I'm going to show it to you right now. I think I said 3 from the chair. So let's do 3 from the chair. Here we go. Belly button pulled in strong. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's getting hard. My form's going bad. I'm going to move to the floor with my knees back, and I'm doing 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ooh, it's getting hard. I'm going to tuck my knees up and finish up. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Good. All right, the workout part's done. Let's just cool down a little bit. So we're going to cool down very similar to how we warmed up. with just some dynamic movements. Okay, let's start with the chest. Just kind of open it up, especially after doing those push-ups. Very nice. And then arm swings upward. I have to move over just a little bit here so I can get my hands in the slots in the ceiling. It's important to cool down after you work a lot of the muscles in your body. You don't want to just sit down, plop on the sofa and call it a day. It's good to warm down just a little bit. All right, and then we'll do the knee pulls. So just a nice easy knee pull here. You guys are going to be wrapped up with this workout in like 25 minutes. So real easy to do. Doesn't take a lot of time. Not a big commitment. All right, scoops are next. Watch from the side, toes up. Just a nice gentle scoop. That feels good. Back of the booty, back of the hamstrings. Or the hamstrings are back of the thigh. All right, and then our quad pull. So if you're fatigued and you have a little bit of balance trouble on this one, grab the chair. Make sure that knee points down. One more each side. Great, we're done. That's it. Thank you.